How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here with another episode of Person of Interest, episode 17 of Season 4. So excited to get into this, and not far off until we do conclude this season, and then we will move on to the final season, which I'm not ready for. Yeah, I'm not ready to say goodbye to this show. I know we're still, like, a ways off, but we are, like I said, closing out on this season, and then it will be the final season, so, yeah, but it's been really, really fantastic this season, and I'm excited to see how this episode fares. So with that said, it's episode 17 of Season 4 of Person of Interest. Let's go.
Alicia isn't going to have me bumped off.
I knew you would come, my friend.
Oh.
The victims of the ferry bombing include Nathan
Oh
Ingram,
man,
founder and CEO
I'm sorry,
of
but
IFTC,
Nathan just saying that I'm not gonna die, and then boof.
Hello?
Alicia Corwin.
You're a murderer and a traitor.
Who is this?
Oh, he's using
The
a voice
actions of you and your
filter.
associates have not gone unnoticed.
Because of you,
Oh
Nathan Ingram is
shit!
dead.
Consider this a warning.
Oh shit!
Right now. I've just been threatened. Someone knows.
Someone
We'll
knows.
look into it.
Oh shit! And the fact that he's got a bomb. Oh shit! Oh shit!
It seems as though you've carried this grief for some time.
I feel like we've done
Everyone
something
deals in
like this
different ways.
before.
Your glasses. Tell them about all your nutball friends. Maybe you guys a group that...
I have a dog.
Is the dog from your wife?
No, we never. My fiance didn't have any pets. How do
We
you
never.
know?
That there was someone else in your
No.
life?
Been partying the other day.
He's posting all these stupid status updates promoting his new club.
It's not fair that he does this to me and he gets to go out and live his life.
I punch this guy in the face.
Get in line.
You have every reason to be angry. Angela,
Respect.
but you have to let it go.
I'll be
You
fair.
can't change the past.
And a guy this morning who lost someone changed his life. Just brings up bad memories.
Yeah, he was in that position, right?
And how do you handle loss?
With Jessica.
At this breaking and entering business.
I mean, you've been with Reese for how long?
Although I don't quite understand the purpose of the carnitas.
He's had an influence on you.
Hector. It's very funny, Mr. Reese.
Wow, hey, he's good with
Go
dogs.
check out.
In someone's gym locker. And now he's leaving the gym without working out. Okay, he just went into a bank.
Oh no.
This is Brian Humphreys at Fisher Savings and Loan. It appears the government's made an inquiry into your account and decided to freeze it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my
To
god!
raise your voice. This is a pretty standard procedure. Carefully, my associate is about to rob your bank. Now, if you cooperate fully without alerting the authorities...
Oh nah! He's trying to get him.
Guy wearing sweats.
He's trying to get him done. Oh my god!
This guy's trying to rob us. Stop right there.
Shit! There we go. He stood him in. What the fuck? Oh my!
Get your face in the...
Aggressors who had harmed his patients.
How far back do these frames go?
Holy
Back
shit!
to when he started his victim advocacy nonprofit in honor of his wife, Lucy.
Okay, so she definitely died.
Her killer,
and
Wyatt Morris.
yeah.
A delivery man who got a little bit too friendly with Lucy while making deliveries and made her uncomfortable. She was concerned that he might... bludgeoned to death.
Where is Morris now?
Yo.
In prison, serving 15 years for manslaughter.
And he's
Manslaughter.
doing this.
Why not murder?
Because all of the evidence was circumstantial. There was no witness to the
Shit.
actual murder, otherwise he'd be serving a life sentence.
Edwards is punishing people who deserve it.
Yeah.
About his nonprofit.
Oh man.
It appears to be an elite crowd. Admission will require a rather large donation from our already depleted funds.
Save your money, Professor. Might have an easier way to get in.
Huh?
To make do with an avant-garde golden hour photo of a blurry foot.
Mr. Reese, we may have some trouble. Someone sneaking in through the service entrance.
Oh my, it's Morris. The man
shit!
convicted of killing Edward's wife.
Straight for Edwards.
We all know that's impossible.
Excuse me for a moment.
I don't think he's got a weapon on him, or he's gonna do some harm.
I keep having this dream.
And that's why victim advocacy
What
is
tree
so
does that
important.
fuss go?
No matter what
Battery in Edwards' car's been drained.
It's where to blow. Get on.
All right, Doc.
Why are you running?
Once Morris wants you dead.
Yeah. It's to finish the job, isn't it? He threatened him. It was either going to be, I'm sorry, which, you know, he wouldn't believe anyways. Or he was going to threaten him. He was going to try and, you know, full circle it. He got the wife. Get the husband. Don't do this, Harold. That's the machine. You're making a grave mistake.
I suppose you're trying to tell me not to do this.
Sorry. She dies another time.
Voice. So you have nothing to say.
Oh, shit.
When they found Morris, he denied he had anything to do with Lucy's death.
And that's why he's... Ooh.
You need anything else from me?
He denied. And yet, it's very interesting because, I mean, again, testimonies can just put you away. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to finish the job. But it gets even more juicier now. He's saying, oh, I didn't have anything to do with it. And then it's like, you know, wrongfully put me in prison. So, yeah. But also, I was also having another thought alongside, you know, what he was saying about, well, we know, again, we know Alicia doesn't die in the flashbacks, because she dies another time. And Finch is going full hell-bent revenge on her for what happened to Ingram. I could see this being a case of revenge is not the answer and all of that shit, and then, you know... If he gets to Morris, he's not going to go through with it, is he?
11 a.m. tomorrow, Kent Avenue and North 9th Street.
Oh, heck.
So, Morris is about to meet with a man named Roscoe?
Roscoe's an old nickname for a handgun.
Morris is trying to acquire a weapon.
Oh, love it. Love it.
I'd like to have a word with...
He wasn't coming home when his wife was killed. He didn't arrive until several hours later, which means he couldn't have seen his wife's killer leaving the scene.
Shit!
He didn't just lie, Finch.
Shit!
Edwards is the one who bought the gun.
He bought a gun under Morris's name?
Mr. Reese, it's another frame job.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, if he framed
himself
someone, he's...
to make sure that the man he believed had killed his wife would go away to prison.
This bastard killed his wife and he's walking the streets free.
Edwards lied in his testimony. Have you considered that Morris might be innocent?
The man was obsessed. He didn't have a solid alibi. No other suspect to speak of.
Precisely. All the evidence against him was purely
this back and
circumstantial.
I think things won't go too well for Morris when Edwards plants gunshot residue on him.
If Edwards has figured out how to put this guy away, he should go for it. One less killer walking the streets.
Shit.
Oh, he's figured it out. The tape on his lapels picked up
I
Morris's
love how
fingerprints.
aggressive
So now Edwards is
Busco's
holding a
being
gun
on
with
this.
Morris.
Finch, the law doesn't always work. Edwards is correcting an injustice. If we deny him this, it will destroy him.
Don't make the mistake of assuming that you're the only person that's been down this path, Mr. Reese.
So tell me, Finch,
Yeah.
where did that path take you?
Oh, I love that. I love that.
He says to meet at the conservatory at the New York Botanical Gardens.
Oh, heck.
That's across town.
I'm close.
Could be dangerous, Finch.
Which is why you should have stopped Edwards while you had the chance.
Wow. Really crucifying him there. Jesus.
Hello, Alicia. I'm sorry it's come to this.
The side of Finch, though. What the hell?
The bottom of your car. Any sudden movement could set it off.
Oh shit, that was red as well. Oh my god.
You won't. But I am. Everything we did was to make the world a safer place. But we strayed
Look,
from
ringing
the
in the
path.
background as if it's a warning.
admit
Finch, don't do this.
I have so...
shit. No, it's the moment, though. It flashed to red, though. Like, oh, shit, are you really becoming the villain, Vince?
But you were right. We've both been down the same road. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that revenge will never bring you closure.
Yep.
You gotta help me.
Shut up!
Who said anything about murder?
Oh, no.
When they search his apartment, they'll find evidence he's been plotting to kill me.
His residue, all that shit.
There won't be any doubt.
Harold, whoever you are, I'm begging you, let me have this.
Shit.
Harold.
Oh my god.
You may never know what happened on that day. But if you do this, if you condemn his life, there will be no doubt what you did to him.
There's guarantee there. There is guarantee there.
Stops, the world around you keeps moving forward, and you will too.
Using
but
his
if you
words
die
against
here,
him. It was powerful there from Finch, I'm not gonna lie.
She meant everything to me. But I kept her at arm's length. I went away for a long time.
You have to grieve.
I'm not sure I know how to do that.
Pain in his eyes. It's not just Jessica, actually, because, I mean, that was a massive one, especially when you live in that whole, Flashpoint scenario. What if I, you know, did keep her at arm's length? What if the airport scene was a little bit different? Or station, should I say. Still. And you do think about the fact that she could have survived, right? So, yeah. And he wouldn't have to go on that dark path. I mean, to be fair, like I said, the person who did Jessica in is a piece of shit, but... Or was. But it's not just Jessica, it's Carter. That pays in relation to the whole I don't know how to grieve. We saw what happened when John lost when Carter died, right? And it was heartbreaking.
I think it's gonna be okay.
I'm glad to hear it.
Maybe we can walk him together sometime.
Damn, she really wants to be with him.
Maybe.
It's all about moving forward, I guess, yeah.
if Morris is a killer and tries to kill again, we'll be there.
You'll all be able to do something about it. Because you couldn't before, could you? Just love it though. Oh. There's that being ambiguity, isn't there? Like, maybe he did do it, maybe he didn't. I choose to believe he didn't. So, yeah. And it's like with a couple of cliffhangers in terms of person of interest, where they would have done stuff where you don't know the fate of, you know, certain individuals and all of that, in terms of, you know, you think back to episode 4 of the very first season, for example. So yeah. And it's kind of like that when it comes to the fact that, well, Edwards might have done in Edwards, yeah, like Morris might have done in Edwards' wife. So yeah. But it's all about that whole, it's all about that situation of I guess, like what Finch said, some questions you just don't know the answer to, right? And, you know, person of interest has dabbled in that before. So, yeah, but interesting. It was very interesting. Like, even the flashbacks, because there was that red marker. But aside from that, just Finch and the way he was to Alicia, right? It was good, this episode. It was very interesting with, of course, a little bit of the focus. Where are you going? On that doctor, on Dr. Edwards, and the situation he was involved with because of his wife, and I could see why as well in terms of the grief consuming him. He's going all vigilante, making sure that nothing happens to his patients that happened, you know, that don't follow the repeated pattern of what happened to his wife. Especially when the story gotten a little bit juicier in regards to what in regards to Morris, and how he put a little bit of a spanner in the works because of the fact that yeah, there was no clear evidence that Morris did it, and we the viewer are left in that limbo on if he actually did do it or not. So yeah, I don't think he did, but it was just very interesting to see if, okay, is he responsible for this? He claims he wasn't responsible and he was wrongfully imprisoned, which, you know, can be a thing. You know, you're there within the vicinity of the scene of the crime, but your hand might have not been the one that you know, killed the wife, so, or the deceased in this case, because I mean, of course, it was the wife, but like I said, this can be a thing that can happen where you're getting wrongfully accused of murder and you get put away and you've lost time because of a wrongful imprisonment. And that's what Morris felt. So, yeah, and it was just very interesting because grief can make us do very, very ludicrous things. So, yeah. So it was just very interesting to see how Edwards was processing this entire episode. And he was even going to go to the lengths of having him die, framing Morris for it, which makes the whole thing even more trickier because of the fact that, well, what if he didn't do it? And now you're putting not just the wife's death on him, but your own death as well. So, yeah. And it was very interesting because I was like, when it was revealed, he repeated what he had said in terms of the testimony about the events of what happened in regards to his wife's death. I thought there would have been some twist that he would have done it, but we just don't know what happened. There's no clear answer, and he needs someone to blame. He like I said, grief, it can do weird. What are you doing? It can do weird things to our mind. And so it's gonna, like with Alicia and the fact that she wasn't the one that pulled detonated the bomb when Ingram died. We just have someone to blame. We just want to point the finger at someone. So, you can have guilt as well at your own self, like Alicia did, and no doubt Edwards does in terms of if, you know, what could I have done to make sure that she wouldn't get caught up in this in the crossfire, essentially. So but again, it was just very interesting following Edward's story about, you know, him going on his vigilante ways. And, you know, I mean, with that guy, that was you know, one of the patients was scared about and all of that, that he did frame later on. It was just really, really crazy in terms of how he would incriminate him. And yeah, so, and how he would go about, you know, obviously not murdering anyone. He wouldn't, you know, have anyone in the line of fire. He'd just set up someone to you know, fall into the trap, essentially. So, yeah. But, I mean, that's why this entire episode was just very interesting in focusing on him in regards to the lengths he would do in terms of protecting his patients, but also, I guess there is that sense of making sure that nothing would happen to them to mirror the same fate of what happened to his wife. So he didn't get that chance to save her, but he can make sure that no one else falls into that trap. So yeah, but it just gets very, very complicated for himself personally. So yeah. Whilst making this a very, very familiar story for Reese and Finch. So especially when it comes to a person that you care about, it doesn't necessarily have to be a significant other, as you know, Finch's story backed. But we know that Nathan and Finch have a really, really established relationship. We know that he meant a lot to Finch. So the idea of going after Alicia, going after someone to blame, is it plays on well in terms of their process of grief. So because again, we've seen how Reese handled what happened to Jessica in violent fashion. So yeah, and whether it's deserved or not, because again, when it comes to people acting out on grief, sometimes it can be deserved. Sometimes you know who it is, but sometimes you do feel a person is responsible, but your mind is like, it's stuck on this switch. It's stuck on a motivator in terms of trying to get revenge, and it's not always the right way to go about it, as Harold was doing to was explaining to Edwards in terms of this is not going to be like, I felt like that entire speech, based on his own flashbacks, his entire speech to Edwards was just really, really beautifully done. There's a lot of pain, and even Reese is there to absorb all of that, not just in terms of how he's dealt with it in his own experience, but also learning what Finch had to do on that day, because he was there. He as we saw in the flashbacks. So yeah, but even so, I felt like with this episode and how it deals, like, we didn't get too much of a focus compared to Finch, of course, but we did get that session with Iris towards the end where he did recall about what happened to Jessica, and how he dealt with like, grief has not really been it's been a very difficult thing for Reese, and we know it has been, because look what happened when Carter died. It's why I brought up the example that it's not just what happened to Jessica, but what happened to Carter, and how, like, he didn't even give a shit if he died or not, did Reese. Which I guess is the same thing when it comes to Edwards. I mean, Edwards was more orchestrating a plan to have himself killed, put Morris in the shitter. With Reese, he was just hell-bent on, like, he was out for revenge. He didn't actively try to kill himself, but if he died, he didn't put that on the forefront. He didn't care about any kind of medical supervision or anything like that. He was going full dark, and he was not going to stop until HR would fall because of their responsibility to what happened to Carter. So yeah, and we know that with Reese, it's difficult to it is difficult to process not just what happened to Jessica, but if anything, funnily enough, I know he was talking about Jessica in huge detail to Iris, but I think the Devil Share, I think that episode is a better example in terms of how Reese, because we loved Carter and all of that, and we got more attached to Carter, the viewer. But again, it's just the way that Reese went off on the deep end, and everyone else was so concerned about Reese, about how he was going to get himself killed. So, yeah. And Finch literally had to stop him from killing Alonzo. So yeah. Yeah, you could. It still played a bit of a long-term effect. Did Carter's death, even when HR got shut down, it still played an effect on Reese. So yeah, but again, when it comes to Finch in this episode, I mean, phew, that was just really insane, though. It was great to have a bit more Alicia, I guess, but and even though that we knew that Finch wasn't going to go through with it because, well, she didn't die from Finch's hand. It was still insane to see how not just relevant this story was in terms of Edward's own journey, but to see how far Finch was going to go. Even telling the machine, like, you don't have a voice, so you can't even say shit to stop me from doing what I'm about to do. We've seen moments where Finch has explored that darkness before, but this was just... I mean, again, grief can do crazy things to us, right? So, and it was gonna... The machine was literally blaring its phone. Look, don't go through with this. So, yeah. Yeah, it was just really amazing. And it took, like... I felt like with the machine keeping on ringing, like in terms of, like it kept ringing and ringing and ringing all throughout that scene where he was going to press the button and Alicia made her confession. He didn't even care about the machine. He just wanted to know, again, it's like this whole idea of why. Why would you do something like this? You need an explanation from the people you feel responsible taking away the person that you cared about. You need to hear why they did what they did. Why have they become the monsters? Why are you such a disease to this world that you would do something like this? So he needed to hear Alicia's confession. So yeah, it was really, really insane stuff. Like, of course, Alicia wasn't the one to ultimately have a direct hand in Ingram's death. We know Hirsch had some involvement, or had involvement, should I say. But she does have blame. She does blame herself. Her ignorance is enough. Her ignorance is enough to make her guilty in her mind. So yeah. But it was just really, really interesting because, I mean, they have to learn through both Reese and Finch and Edwards, of course, now that it's a very, like, you do descend so much, and it is a hard learning curve, isn't it, in terms of processing grief, especially if you want to blame someone. And it's so easy. And it's so easy as well, not just in terms of blaming someone, but even rationalizing it to the person who might not be responsible. So, yeah. For Finch and for Edwards in this episode, that was enough. That was strongly showcased that you can just blame the wrong person, that person that might not have had a direct hand in things. Of course, there was no indicator that Morris did kill Edward's wife, but it's so easy to just resort to a level where you think, okay, you know what, I know what I need to do. The idea is vengeance is it can blind you, it can corrupt you, it can just make you into a different kind of person. And I think that was beautifully showcased with that red indicator on Finch. Never thought. Do you think you'd see the day that would happen on Finch? That Finch would be a threat? Hey. But, I mean, that's it though. He's becoming a person that he's truly not. He's become someone else as Finch just because of this cycle of revenge. And that's it. Revenge can make you into someone else. And, yeah. So... I even loved the whole back and forth when they thought, okay, maybe Morris isn't guilty and all of that. The back and forth that was going on in terms of, do we still do something about this? Do we protect him? Is he in the wrong? And then Fusco was like, no, people like him are the scum of the earth and all of that. It was just really interesting. So yeah. But it was just very, very fascinating going into this episode. And like I said, Finch's backstory in terms of his cycle of revenge against Alicia. And seeing Edward's story pan out, it was just really fascinating. So I really enjoyed this episode. It was really phenomenal. And yeah, but good stuff. Good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.